right. Next up, Detroit Become Human. This is the guys behind Heavy Rain, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
And
Quantic Dreams.
You know, well, we didn't see what's his name.
David Cage.
Yeah, we didn't see David Cage.
Is it sad how I could just pick out everything you're about to say before you even say it at this point? with this game specifically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. From what I saw, I wasn't super excited for. I do like the idea of those kind of games. Like, I really liked Fahrenheit. Some people will know it as there's another name for it. I forget.
Oh
You know
my
what I'm
God.
talking about.
I know what you're talking about. The name is escaping me
Indigo
as well.
Prophecy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, that's it.
some
Thank
people know it as that. I know it as Fahrenheit. I like that game
Yeah.
all the way up until the end, until you started being like a weird Power Ranger. but I like the idea of like making decisions and playing multiple characters, and each character kind of having a relationship that you know about, but they don't. Like, I like that idea. That's probably what we're going to see a little more in this style of game from them, but you never know. What about you, Young? We'll start with you this time. What did you think of Detroit Become Human?
Here's the thing about Quantic Dream. They're like they're a bit like Ubisoft. Heavy Rain. When I saw it, I was like, wow, this is gonna be awesome. And in the end, like, it wasn't horrible, but just the story didn't end up being that good. I feel like these are story-heavy games, and when the story isn't good, everything sort of falls apart. What I will say is I love the concept of there being so many scenarios for one moment. Like in Detroit, they showed that final scene with the guy, the android holding up a little girl, and they showed like 12 different possibilities of how that whole thing, that one
That's
little
cool.
scene can play out. So stuff like that really excites me, but the story needs to be good if I want to, for this to be successful, because I know Beyond Two Souls got a lot of flack from what I hear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't played it, but I hear it got a lot of flack. Heavy Rain got a lot of flack after, certain revelations of certain serial killers.
Yeah.
So it just what's his name? Something Cage.
David
Cage.
David Cage. I don't know. Somebody needs to like put him in check and really.
Him and Peter Molyneux need to start like their own little
Exactly.
fan club.
He's like the Peter Molyneux of storytelling is what he is. Like, he has like great imagination, a lot of great ideas, but his execution just sucks sometimes. I love what he's trying to do, but come on, like deliver like a good solid story and just a solid good product. And Detroit looks like maybe it's taken some steps in the right direction.
Right.
But I don't know, man. I mean, this is the same thing. We've seen this before. Wow, that looks great, and this is kind of shitty. So hopefully Detroit doesn't do the Ubisoft. Hopefully,
you're absolutely right. The story has to be grounded. Like I said, I enjoyed Fahrenheit all the way up until I started having weird special powers for no reason other than ancient Aztecs or something like that. I couldn't even tell you at this point. I enjoyed it all the way up until that point, and hopefully Detroit will stay a little more grounded. And if it's not grounded, maybe don't do both, do one or the other.
Right.
David Cage, he always has to go way too out there. He's like M. Night Shyamalan in that sense, He's like, it seems like he's telling a good story, and then he just fucking drops a bomb and just fucks everything up, just destroys everything.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what he does. That's what he does, and he needs to maybe just kind of dial it down a little bit and just tell a good, heartfelt, maybe simple even story with a lot of possible scenarios. That would be great. So I hope this is something that will happen with this game. And if he, just don't go too crazy, David Cage, because you've tried it a million times, and it just. I don't know. People just haven't been enjoying it as much as you think. So please.
Yeah.
How about you, Ronan? How you feeling about Detroit?
So I was watching the trailer, the demo they showed at the press conference, and I had a moment where I sat there and thought to myself, So you're talking about all these different scenarios that your game has, how this one scene could play out like 12 different ways. I'm like, but wasn't this your selling point for Heavy Rain
Right.
and Fahrenheit and all the games prior to that? So
Right.
my question is,
What's new?
what's new? What are you doing here that's new with this? I don't quite get, and the way they talked about it as if it was this brand new, like groundbreaking, innovative thing that they're doing. So you guys did it for all your other games too. So what am I looking at here? And like Young said, David Cage has got these grandiose ideas, these huge, like large ambitions and stuff like that. Same in the same vein that Peter Molyneux did.
Yes, does.
But they just, well, I mean, he's not really. I haven't seen a game from him in quite some time. Let's put it that way.
What about Goddess?
That's not even done.
I know they made another Goddess that goes before that.
It's a spin-off of that, and it's
A
you make a
spin-off of a
spin-off
game that isn't
that you
done.
didn't-
Yes, yeah. You didn't hear about this?
What the
They
fuck?
have Goddess, and then they have this new game called Goddess Wars, which is
yes,
a combat style game.
and like how you. So anyway, so like these grandiose ideas that don't quite pan out, and like Young said, it might be better for him to just stick with a smaller project and doing that well first before going this route and trying to make that work, because it never seems to work out at the end of the day. And he does a fantastic job of pulling people in and reeling them in and keeping them on the hook about this idea, but they end up being disappointed at the end because it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a wait and see sort of situation with this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say that I like the fact that you're controlling an android and you can it's very detective-y, and you can use like in the footage I saw, you see the android scanning the environment and looking for evidence, and aesthetically, just this game is beautiful. And I mean, every Quantic Dream game aesthetically, it's pretty compelling. You're kind of pulled in, but just again, the story, which is what the whole game is based around, what Quantic Dream games are based around, falls flat every time, and that needs to stop for this to be successful. But I'm intrigued. I will say that I'm intrigued, but. Just again, it's another one of those can you deliver kind of thing. So we'll see.
Everybody's still disappointed from not getting to see Ellen Page naked, so got a lot to live up to.
Jesus Christ.
Just bringing up old wounds here today, huh?